Okay, so have a little message for everybody today, and it's called It's Not What You Think. It's Not What You Think. All right, so first I want to start off with a game. Okay? I want to see how good you guys are at guessing some prices of things, okay? So these are things that you guys should be familiar with. Some of you should be familiar with these things. And I just want to see if you know how much your parents spent on a gift for you, okay? All right, so this is the first thing, all right? I'm going to give you a few choices. This is a remote control stunt car. How many of you seen one of these? You know, you can drive it with the remote control, and it kind of goes along, and it flips over, and it can do all these fun things. Everybody's seen one of those things? So I'm going to give you three options, and I want to see if you know how much it cost, okay? So here's your first option. It's $29.99, $29.99, $39.99, $49.99. Okay, who thinks it's $29.99? Raise your hand. Okay. If you think it's $39.99, raise your hand. If you think it's $49.99, raise your hand. Okay, if you chose $39.99, you would be correct. You know, huh? All right, good deal. All right, so this is a little bit bigger thing. How many of you know what this is? Nintendo Switch. Does anybody have a Nintendo Switch? Darcy was very, she's like, I have one. Matthew has one. It doesn't charge anymore? That's too bad. So this is a special one. Does anybody know what it means that it's the OLED model? What is that? More money? What is it? A bigger screen? Bigger screen. Okay. So this is the OLED model, okay? So here's your options. $219.99, $299.99, $349.99. Okay, who thinks it's the first one? $219. Who thinks it's the second one? $299. Who thinks it's the $349? All right, if you guess the $349, you were correct. Those things are expensive. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you in just a minute. Go have a seat. I will show you what these cups are for. Okay. All right, here's another one. Let's see how good you guys are. Okay, this is a Beyblade stadium with 6 fighting tops. How many people played with one of these? These things are, you don't know what a Beyblade is? Oh my goodness. These are toys from my childhood that have continued on. Okay, all right, let me give you some prices, okay? Okay, the first one, $29.99, $39.99, or $49.99. Who thinks it's $29? Who thinks it's the $39? Who thinks it's $29.99? Who thinks it's $29? Who thinks it's $39? Who thinks it's $49? If you guessed $29.99, you were correct. You were correct. Okay, now this is something that has been after my time, and I don't understand what the attraction is to it. It's Pokemon cards. So when I was a kid, we had these things called Pogs. Does anybody remember those? Yeah? Yeah, we played with those. Now it's Pokemon, I guess. I don't know. So this is a 100-plus card Pokemon set, and every set has an ultra rare. What does that mean? Are those really strong? It's a good card. It's what?
It's a good Pokemon that has most health. And
he has the most health, and he does the most damage. He has the most health, and he does the most damage. So he's a powerful Pokemon card. All right. Okay. So here's your options. Is it $14.99? Is it $24.99? Or is it $34.99? So how many people vote $14.99? How many people vote $24.99? How many people vote $34.99? All right, if you voted $24.99, you were correct. Now this next one is the hardest one. Okay, it's the hardest one. Okay. It is the 3-story Barbie townhouse with all the accessories. Okay? All the accessories. You see the picture? You see how big that thing is? Those girls are sitting next to it. Okay. So here are your options. Okay, here are your options. See if you can guess how much this thing costs. Okay. Is it $44.99? Is it $74.99? Is it $114.99? So how many vote $44.99? How many vote $74.99? How many vote $114.99? Oh man, I think most everybody got that right. $114.99. I was like, that thing is expensive. Okay. Okay. Now I want you guys to answer this question for me, okay? I want you guys to answer this really, it's a question. Which one of these things is the most valuable thing on the list? What do you think?
Nintendo.
What did you say?
Barbie house.
The house? The Nintendo? What do you think? The Barbie house? The Nintendo Switch? So here's what I want you guys to realize. Sometimes things are more valuable because of what we like. Have you ever noticed that? Sometimes, because here's the thing, maybe somebody doesn't want a Nintendo Switch and they want a Barbie house, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
When are we gonna start all of
Just a second. I'll show you guys what that is in just a second. Yeah, sometimes things are more valuable. So, like, if you went into my office, you would find this picture that's of my 3 best friends in high school. Okay, my 3 best friends in high school, and one of those guys passed away in a car accident. And that picture is very special to me. Like, you couldn't pay me enough to get rid of that picture because it's a very special picture. I'll never get another picture with my best friend in high school because he died in a car accident. So sometimes things are important to us because they're valuable to us, and maybe they're not as valuable to other people. You see, it's not always about the dollar sign. It's not always about how much money. And here's what I want you guys to hear from me today, is that when we are giving gifts to God, we need to think about what is valuable to God when we are giving a gift to God. And that's a rhetorical question. I'm not asking a question. I'll ask you guys a question in a second. But I need some help reading a scripture. Okay. So, Riker, how about we let you read the first one? Okay. All right. So I need some help reading a scripture because in this story, now hold it real close to your mouth when we read, okay? Yeah, just like that. Okay, well, in this story, Jesus is teaching his disciples about something that is valuable, and his disciples don't really understand, okay? But I need some help acting this story out, okay? So I need somebody to be a rich man. Be a rich man for me. Nope, you're not a rich man. You're a girl. I need a man. Okay. Here, Riley, you can be a rich girl. Okay, I need another rich person, guy or girl, doesn't matter. All right. Okay, you guys hold on to that. Don't take anything out. You want to be a rich girl? Okay. Now I need a widow. Okay. So I need a widow. So Violet, can you be my widow for me? Can you do that? Okay. All right, now I want you guys to line up over there. Violet, I want you to be very last, okay? So you guys line up right here. Tucker, you can, or Riley, either one of you guys can be first. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, so as we read this story, I want you guys to act it out a little bit, okay? All right? And I'll tell you guys what to do. All right, here we go. Are you ready, Riker? You ready to read? Okay. Maybe. Brighton, you got me on the... There we go.
Oh.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus sat down near the collection box in the
temple
and watched as the crowd dropped in their money. Many rich people put in large
Amounts.
amounts.
All right, so I want my rich people to come and drop their amounts in. All right, now go sit down. Yep, next one. There we go. All right. Okay, all right, Violet, wait just a minute. Okay, now read this next sentence. You ready?
Okay. Then a poor widow came and dropped in 2 small coins.
Okay, can you drop your coins in one at a time? Can you do that for me? There we go. All right. Okay, you guys can go. You can go sit down. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a trick question. Okay, are you ready for the trick question? I always warn you if I'm asking you a trick question. So this is a trick question. Everybody got that? You got to understand? You understand? All right. Who put in more money of all the people? Who put in? Why?
Because it doesn't matter how much money you put in there. It matters about the value to God.
You're right. You are right. It matters about the value to God. So let's find out why the widow put in more than everybody else who put in bigger cups of money, right? Let's read what Jesus said, okay? All right, Riker, I'm going to let somebody else read for me. Okay. You want to read? Okay. All right. Okay. All right, go ahead, Tucker.
Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I tell you the truth, this poor widow has given more than all the others who are making contributes, for they give a tiny part of their surplus, but she, poor as she is, has given everything she had to live on.
All right, thank you. Oh, that's all the reading. Maybe next time. Okay. So, did you hear what Jesus said? So Jesus determines the value of a gift in a different way than humans do, which what I'm really glad and proud about is that you guys already determine gifts in the way that Jesus does, because you pointed out the widow was actually the one who gave the most because she put all of her money in, and guess what? It was all of her money. She didn't have any more left, right? So Jesus determines the value of a gift in a different way than we humans do, because here's the thing. With humans, a lot of times, like if I put $10 in the little collection box back there, and then somebody else puts $5 in, guess what we'll say? We'll say the person who put $10 in put more money in, right? But with God, that's not the way it works. What matters, value is determined by what you give up in order to give the gift. And here's what's interesting about what happens when you get rich. You give larger amounts of money, but you actually give less because you don't give God your heart. Yes, Violet?
Have you ever heard of this? You switch the cup and find something that's under it.
I have not. I'm not a magician. I'm not a very good magician. You would want me to do magic tricks. Okay, all right. Go sit down, Violet. We're almost done. Okay, so I want you guys to think about how you give gifts. How you give gifts. Because guess what? Jesus said that every time you give a gift to somebody who's in need, you're actually giving a gift to him. Did you know that you can give a gift to Jesus by helping somebody in need? Do you know anybody that needs something? Do you guys know anybody that needs something? Like, we all know people that need stuff. And so if your friend at school needs a pencil and you give them a pencil, guess what? You're giving that to Jesus, right? So we can give gifts to Jesus by helping people in need. So I want you guys to think about, whenever you give gifts, think about, is there something I can give to somebody that's not just extra? Is there something I can actually give up to give to God? All right, can you guys think of any examples of ways that we can give gifts to Jesus? Can you think of some ways? What do you think, Riker?
Helping someone.
Helping somebody with what?
If they got hurt.
If they got hurt, yeah. If somebody fell and got hurt, yeah. How can you give a gift to Jesus?
If someone's homeless, you can give them money to buy a house.
Oh, you can give them money to buy a house. Yes, I like that. You can give them food. You have $10. You think that'll buy a house? You think so? Just about. Not even a Barbie house. Okay. What? How can you give gifts to Jesus?
You can give him your good luck.
Your good luck. I never thought about that. You have to tell me how you can give somebody your good luck. That'd be interesting. Yeah, did you have something, Tucker?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. What? Love one another, right? Yeah. What about the rest of you adults? What are some gifts that we can give to Jesus?
Our heart.
We can give our heart. Yeah. What? Our time. Our understanding? Yeah. Yeah. What? Patience. Yes. When you're patient with people, that costs you something. It does. Yes. All right. Okay, we're gonna say a prayer, and then we're gonna sing one more song, and then you guys can go back to your parents. Huh? Well, I have a song that I picked out that's specifically for this lesson. All right, so let's sing this next song. All right, go ahead, Brighton.